Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Jesus loves you. Always remember that. So, the red heifer was probably sacrificed on July 1st, 2025. We've got liberal, secular, atheist YouTube channels, namely Secular Talk with Kyle Kalinske, making videos talking about how Mike Huckabee was in Israel on July 1st and partook in a sacrifice of the red heifer to usher in the third temple being built, which will eventually bring in the rapture of Jesus Christ and the rapture of the church by Jesus Christ. This is being talked about all over the place, but they're keeping it hidden from us. There's a Jewish guy who went on the Timcast and said he had a bag of ashes. He said that it was done, sacrifice was done on July 1st, 2025, but they told everybody that it was just a practice run, right? So that's what they told us on the news and stuff. Oh, they just did a practice run. And then right after that, we heard, magically, there's no qualifying red heifers anymore. They disappeared. They all are disqualified now. Yeah, one of them disappeared in the fire, right? And this guy has a bag of the heifer ashes. And he says adding water, it could make like 10,000 doses. And there's so many people who have the ashes. Okay, I believe it was done. Makes sense that they would hide it from us, right? Because they say that October 7th happened because of them potentially getting the red heifers and building the third temple. So it makes sense that they would keep this hidden. This is, in fact, of course they're going to do it that way, right? They're not going to do it any other way. They're not going to just do it and tell everybody, oh, yeah, we did the red heifer thing. Oh, yeah. The thing that's potentially going to start World War III. No, they did it. Seems clear to me. I don't know if you guys have seen, but there's actually pictures, like tons of pictures of it, of them doing it. Of course, they say it's practice, right? Same thing that NASA says when they're underwater. Oh, we're just practicing. But then you watch their spacewalk videos and there's bubbles in space. Oh, just practice, huh? Anyway, that's a whole other topic. But if you look at these videos, pictures, there's mostly pictures of it, right? And there's like ashes, there's fire, there's all kinds of stuff. There's people there. And then there's like a 20 second clip of it. Now, all those people had cameras. Why didn't they film what was going on? If it's just a practice, why didn't they film the practice? But if it was the real deal, don't you think they would have told them no filming allowed? Guys, we are one huge step closer to the rapture, to the building of the third temple, to the Antichrist. We know once that temple gets built, the Antichrist will sit in it in the middle of the 3.5 years. In the middle of the tribulation, 7 years, at the 3.5 year point, he will sit in that temple. Okay? Mike Huckabee just went there to Israel. That's a fact. And he visited this area where they were doing this. I believe it's Shiloh. These are all facts, right? Of course, he didn't come out and say that he was there at the sacrifice. But guys, it looks to me like July 1st, it was already sacrificed. We got left-wing secular humanists talking about it and how it's going to spark World War III. Here it is, guys. Of course, you're not going to hear this in your churches because churches are asleep. So I believe the rapture will happen this September. All things are lining up. Feast of Trumpets is the first feast that Christ did not fulfill in his first coming. We know that there's 3 feasts that he still needs to fulfill. Do you think it's just a coincidence that the Feast of Trumpets, the first one that he hasn't fulfilled, is called the day that no man knows the day or the hour of, or the feast? Or to reword that, do you think it's a coincidence that they say the feast that no man knows the day or the hour of just so happens to be the first feast that Jesus hasn't fulfilled yet and will happen in his second coming or his rapture? And most Christians believe that the rapture will happen on that day. You think that's really a coincidence? Something else I've been hearing, guys, I don't know if you've been hearing this also, about when Jesus says no man knows the day or the hour, he's potentially referring to the Feast of Trumpets, an idiom. It's a Hebrew idiom. Not that Jesus didn't know the day or the hour, because Jesus is God. Doesn't Jesus know everything? I'm not sure about that. What do you guys think? Put it in the comments. But my question would be, to the people who say, we can't know the day or the hour. Jesus didn't even know. No man knows the day or the hour, right? It's like this stuck on repeat loop that people don't really think through too much. They don't even want to talk about it. They want to just throw that out to shut down conversation and not think about it, really. right? My question is there anything else that Jesus doesn't